The average number of new COVID-19 cases in Butte County fell to 64 yesterday, a 3% drop over the day before. But nationwide, cases jumped by 11% in just 24 hours. Action News Now reporter Tori Apodaca shows us what local experts want you to know.
Over 2 years into this pandemic, and now many of us have already had COVID once, or maybe even twice. Well, the virus does keep changing, and now the latest variants, BA4 and BA5, may have even more people getting infected.
A lot of people are going back to acting like it's over, but it's clearly not.
That's the same message Chief Medical Officer at Enloe Medical Center, Dr. Marcia Nelson has.
People who have had different strains of COVID are at risk and are getting COVID a second or even a third time.
She says that's because the proteins on the virus continue to change, giving us Omicron's latest subvariants, BA4 and BA5.
Fortunately, the severity of illness is not as bad as it was with prior variants.
Still, hospital numbers are going up.
For perhaps 6 to 8 weeks, we had fewer than 15 patients in the hospital.
Recently, it has been as many as 19.
I'm hopeful that even with the increased number of cases that we're seeing coming into the emergency department, prompt care, and me in my private practice, I'm hopeful that because we know that it does not tend to be as severe an illness, that we won't see the kinds of surges, at least with this round of infections, that we saw in the winter or a year ago.
Dr. Nelson also says the infection rate data is likely an undercount because of at-home testing.
When I had COVID recently after a family reunion, I tested myself with an antigen test at home, so that wouldn't be reflected in any formal reported data.
Some people like David Welch have escaped catching COVID so far, but now
These new variants are more of a worry.
So just how effective are the vaccines and booster shots against the variants?
They're holding up pretty well against the new variants. What I have a lot of hope for is some research that has led to a bivalent vaccination that should be out in the fall.
Dr. Nelson says the best thing you can do to keep yourself out of the hospital if you catch COVID is getting vaccinated. Reporting in Chico, Tori Apodaca, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Dr. Nelson adds that the antiviral pill Paxlovid is still highly effective against these latest variants. It's available at local pharmacies, but you may need a doctor's referral. And new today, the FDA cleared Novavax shots for adults. It's a more traditional type of vaccine than the Pfizer and Moderna shots.